Hey guys, I'm back with a new video. In this video, let us learn about the module system in Node.js. So before we get to know about the various modules that Node.js ships with, let us first define what a module actually is. So let me clear the canvas first. So Node.js modules. So in Node.js module system, each file that we create is treated as a separate module with its own context, and hence it cannot interfere with other modules or pollute the global scope. So let us say this is our file 1, this is our second file, file 2, and so on. Say we have n files. So this means that each module has its own scope. So own scope, and the variables and methods declared therein will not be visible outside of that module, right? The reason why we as developers heavily rely on modules is because of their reusability as well as the ability to break down a complex piece of code into manageable chunks. So reusability, breaking of complex code into manageable chunks. So in Node.js, we'll cover 3 types of modules. So first one is the core modules. Second, we have the local modules. And lastly, we have the third-party modules. So the Node.js module management is heavily influenced from the CommonJS module formatting system. So CommonJS, in brief, is a standard for structuring and organizing our JavaScript code. It basically assists in the server-side development of our application. So with CommonJS, we can wrap each of our modules that we create in a function called as require. So we have CommonJS module formatting system, and this wraps each of our modules that we create in a function called as require. And this we have already seen in the previous video where we imported the event core module, right? So events was a core module, and this also includes an object called as module.exports, which exports the code for availability to be required by other modules. So whatever functionality we want to expose to other modules, we simply have to add that functionality onto this module.exports object and simply import the exposed functionality in the dependent file using the require function. So let me demonstrate this with the help of an example. So go ahead and inside the node demos folder, create a new folder and name it as modules in node. And inside this folder, let us create 2 files. Let us name the first file as 1.js and the other file as 2.js. So let us first head over to 2.js and define some code there that we want to expose to other modules. So in here, let us define a couple of constants first. So here I want to expose all the functions pertaining to area calculation of a cylinder to other modules. So let us define a constant and name it as pi. So const pi, and set this to math.pi. Then we need a value for the height of the cylinder. So const height, and set this to 56. Now let us add a couple of functions. First, let us define a function that computes the curved surface area of a cylinder. So const curved surface area of cylinder, and here I'm just applying the formula that we use for computing the curved surface area of the cylinder, which is 2 pi rh. So here we will receive the radius as the argument, and we can simply return 2 times pi times the radius times the height. Next, let us add a function that computes the total surface area of a cylinder. Now for this, we first need the curved surface area of cylinder, which we get from this function. And then we also need the area of the 2 closing circular ends that forms the closed solid, right? So for getting the curved surface area of cylinder, we can simply invoke our curved surface area function that we just defined right above. And then to get the area of the 2 circular ends, we can define a function area of circle, and this takes on radius and gives us pi into radius square, like this. So for total surface area, we can define the function total surface area of cylinder, and this takes on the radius, and return first the curved surface area of cylinder, pass on the radius, and then we have 2 circular ends for our cylinder. So 2 times the area of circle and pass the radius to this as well. So now we are done with our total surface area function. Let us export it down below so we can import it elsewhere to use the created functionalities. So in order to export the functions that we defined above, all we need is to attach these functions on the exports object. So we can say module.exports, and here we can define an object, and we can say circle of area, set this to area of circle. So here we are referencing this function and we are exporting it under the name circle of area, right? Similarly, for the total surface area, we can say CSA of cylinder and use this constant right here, and then TSA cylinder and use this constant. Or you can do something like this as well. So you can say exports dot circle of area and set this to area of circle, exports dot CSA of cylinder, set this to the curved surface area of cylinder, and exports dot TSA of cylinder, set this to total surface area of cylinder, like this. So now let me head over to one.js and import these exposed functionalities in there. So let us import these exposed functionalities in our one.js file. So here let us import all the functionalities that we exported from 2.js. So first let us import the module itself. So require / within the same folder, so 2.js. And now to access the exposed functionalities, we just need to access them on this constant, which is 2. So let us first call our curved surface area function to compute the curved surface area of the cylinder. So we are exporting the curved surface area of cylinder function under this name. So let me copy this name, and in one.js, to get the curved surface area of cylinder, we can say const CSA and the module name, and then the function that we define in the module that computes the curved surface area of the cylinder, which is the CSA of cylinder, and here we can pass a value of the radius. So let us give this a value of 5. Now let us log the curved surface area of cylinder and give this a val. So console.log the curved surface area of the cylinder is, and let me use backticks, so interpolate this variable CSA. So let us try this out. So inside the node demos folder, we need to cd into modules in node, and to run the file one.js, let us type node1.js, press enter, and you can see this works. So it gives us the curved surface area of cylinder, which is 1759.29 something. So you can see this works. Next, let us try other exposed functions as well. So let us compute the total surface area of the cylinder. So const TSA 2.TSA of cylinder and pass this a value of 6, and let us log the result to the console. So console.log the total surface area of the cylinder is TSA, like this. So let us try this out. Node1.js, press enter. So you can see this works as expected. So this was all about the local modules. Next, we also have core modules and third-party modules. So core modules are basically the modules that come shipped with Node.js installation setup, like the events module that we had discussed in the previous video. And these can also be simply loaded into our application using the same require function, this one. So we have many core modules like HTTP, FS, path, process, which I will discuss in a separate video. Now we also have third-party modules that are available and can be installed using the Node package manager, which already comes shipped with Node.js installation. So we have tons of such packages available online that we can install with just one command, and this we will see in a separate video. So this was all I wanted to cover about modules in Node.js. In the next video, we will learn about the core modules that Node.js ships with. So if you liked the video, do give it a thumbs up or comment down below if you have any query. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the very next one.